Hey guy, welcome back to the channel. Today it is with great sadness that I'm going to address and pay homage to these two great individuals who are creatives in their own right. Today we're going to address the first creative who passed away a few days ago, Miss Diane Keaton. Style iconic, extraordinaire, an actress who has at least 5 decades of creative work, of 5 decades of her pouring her heart into her craft and what made her unique and what made her happy. She also was a musician, beautiful voice. She was an extraordinary woman. Diane Keaton, she's an Aquarius, if you care to know, born January the 5th, 1964 in Los Angeles, California. Died October 11th, and also Los Angeles, California in 2025, October 11th, 2025. The things that I admired about Diane Keaton is endless. I remember the first movie I watched of her. I fell in love with her instantly. There are a few movies that I just, that makes me happy, that makes my heart blush when I watch them. Movies that she stars in. The number one on my list that I love, since we're approaching the holidays, that movie, we're gonna miss her, especially during this holiday when we're watching The Stone Family. In that movie, Miss Keaton she's witty, she's quirky, she's progressive. She's like a badass mom that anyone would want to have in the 25th century. She exuded confidence in that movie. And it's just one movie that, it's just a movie, if you haven't seen it, go watch it this holiday, The Family Stone. It's a heartfelt comedy, romance, all in all, just beautiful, clean, I would say, family movie. The second movie that I wasn't even aware that she played in until I went back, and I'm like, wait, she looks like someone that I know. Also, because I failed to look at the ratings, not the ratings, the reviews. She played the wife of Scarface, not Scarface. Yeah, the guy that plays in Scarface, but the guy that also plays in The Godfather, which I watched last year, guys. I'm behind. She played the wife of this man, and also in the character she's played as the wife, being the character she played in that movie, she had her weaknesses, but at the end she walked away. And it's a love story that was touching even in the movie itself. We also had a love story with this man outside, behind the screens, outside the screens, if that's the right term. She fell in love, if I should say, with what's his name? Is it El Paso? Am I saying it wrong? I forgot his name. Not that I don't respect this man who plays Scarface, because I respect him as well. I just forgot his name. Their story, their love story is beautiful, but also sad, because of course it didn't end with them being together. Not all love stories end that way, with a happy ending. But I admired her strength and finding out and learning about her love story with this man. They loved each other, as you can tell. Miss Diane Keaton, bright and full of life. She basically knew what she wanted. Strong woman. She's a star in her own right. And when you we're not comparing, but when you place her next to, oh my gosh, please forgive me, I don't remember this man's name. When you place her besides Godfather, Michael, I'm gonna call him Michael Elion, if that's his last name, Elion in the movie, but Michael, Scarface, aka Godfather guy, his in like demeanor, he's more aloof, he's more by himself, seem a little dark, but opposites attract. You guys are here. Opposites attract. They made it work. And it was funny when she was sharing the story about how he got the part. They were doing the lines together and they weren't even confident, and showcasing Mr. who would be the future actor for Scarface and also for The Godfather. They thought he was too short. They thought he was too, maybe he didn't have that it factor. But when he started running the lines with Miss Keaton, there was something there. And the director was like, no, he's our guy. And he was right, because that movie is now a classic, right? That's history. We all know this. But going back to Diane Keaton's love story, they weren't able to make it work, unfortunately, due to their differences and values, and also it's sad how like childhood trauma can really affect us, and can really shape certain areas in our lives, because he wasn't able to fully commit to this beautiful, gorgeous goddess of a woman. He let her walk away because he wasn't willing to, if you love it, you should have put a ring on it. He wasn't able to put a ring on it. And my girl was like, hey, you either marry me or I walk away. And she did that. Badass. I admire her for her strength and her courage. And she never married. I love the fact that she didn't allow her life to be defined in a world that we live in. Miss Diane Keaton was very progressive because she didn't allow society to pressure into conforming, into feeling like, oh my gosh, like she's behind, or she's hit the wall for not having been married at a certain age. She was still flourishing. Decades after decades, she was out here doing her thing, being featured in magazines as a style icon. I would have loved to raid that woman's closet. I would have loved to have met her, to have spent time with her. She seemed like she would have been a cool friend, a cool sister, a cool grandma. Just to what's the term? What's the word? Just to pick her brain. I love picking brains of the elderly, not only the elderly, but creatives, just to know, like, just to see just to be able to step into their world, to see the world through their lens, because as creatives, we see life differently, okay? Through a different array of colors. I would have given everything to have befriended this lady. And of course, like I said, being a style icon, I'd like to focus on that and address the things that I admired about her style. She does contrast styling extremely well, which is also known as juxtaposition. For those of you who might be wondering, what the heck is contrast styling? It is mixing feminine with masculine. It is mixing soft with hard. I love that her androgynous style. Like she would wear suits, men's suits, well tailored to her body, and some of them were a little loose too. But her style, she just paired everything so well. She did classic pairing so beautifully. Okay, this lady, her style was impeccable. I loved her style, and I will forever admire her, and she will forever be in my heart. what do you like about Diane Keaton? Was she an actress that you admired? Was she someone that you thought was cool? I love her personality. I think she was so quirky. And that smile that can light up a room was priceless. Priceless. I know she'll be missed by so many. Her family, her loved ones, co-stars, just lifelong friendships. I am not the only one who is mourning the loss of this iconic, beautiful soul. Rest in peace. I'd like to have a moment of silence. And respect for her. Next star, I would like to address. This man is a man that he too is a star in his own right, and he's a musician as well as a songwriter. He's known for being the one to have created this genre, which is labeled as neosoul. It's like a mixture of jazz and R&B and funk and all that good stuff. That man can usher you to the presence of the Lord because his father was a minister. He grew up, I believe, if I'm not correct. If I'm mistaken, please correct me, but I do remember he grew up in the church and he taught himself how to play the piano. And he was a praise and worship at the church, musician at the church. So he can usher you to the presence of the Lord, and that man can make you feel things that you never thought you'd feel before. He can also, with his music, usher you to the bedroom, okay? Many of you guys, if your parents are going to be honest with you, they'll admit that you came to this world, your inception was as a result of them listen to that baby making music, okay? The one and only, I'd like to pay homage to the one and only, defined as the 90s epitome of a fine sex appeal, Mr. D'Angelo. D'Angelo was born, if you care to know, on February 11th, 1974, excuse me, in Richmond, Virginia. He too, as Diane Keaton, are Aquarius, if you care for that. He died this month, October 14th, in New York in 2025. The songs that I like about him, excuse me, the top ones, of course, you cannot forget the infamous "How Does It Feel?" You know that song, right? When you hear D'Angelo, that's like the first song. For many of you guys, that's the first song that would come to mind. I got something I want to say about that song. As I was watching a few of his documentaries and just people just sharing their stories about him throughout the years, they said that he was not comfortable shooting that video because he was practically topless. And as a child, I wasn't sure what was going on. I know I was too young to be watching that video. But in my defense, I had a young, hip, cool aunt with me during that time who was a parent figure who was with me as I was watching this video. Okay, this man is like literally licking his lips. And my, oh my, did he have these God beautiful crafted lips that he knew he had, and he used them well. And that beautiful skin of his, he knew he was good looking. But from what I've picked up and what I'm hearing, he was this humble man. D'Angelo was very humble. So I thought it was interesting how he did not feel comfortable being naked. Makes sense. He grew up in the church. which is why he was able to bring, guys, the soul. He was able to bring that extra sauce, because you can't tell me you're not able to tell the difference between a musician who played in church versus one who didn't play or grew up in the church. Musician slash vocalist. There's a difference, okay? There's something that they bring. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want to make it all like too spiritual now, although I am a spiritual being and so are you. There's something that they bring. There's something that's in their music that is different. They bring presence, and the presence of the Lord. I'm just saying, they're chosen people. And I truly believe that man was one of God's gift to man, with his music and his gifting. He blessed us with the genre now that is known as neosoul. Like, what? And so much. His voice was just so soothing, but it commanded attention. And those falsettos he would hit, that would just like, woo, give you like goosebumps and chills. That man was gifted. Another song that I love is Brown Sugar. I would say it's the top one that I like of his songs. There's so many, I can't keep up. He's also with a 4-time Grammy Award, I believe. He's just that good, okay? But unfortunately, he passed due to his battle with pancreatic cancer. Guys, when it comes to that, it's hard to screen it. Just pay attention to your body. I'd like to address that, and make sure that you're keeping up with your annual physicals and feeding your body the right things. I don't know what his lifestyle was. I didn't keep up with how he lived his life throughout the years, because I was a little girl going back to when I was watching that video. He was very big in the 90s. I'm an 80s baby, so as an adult now, I can appreciate his music, and I'm still listening to more to discover more about him. And the more I'm listening, the more it just saddens my heart, and also as well with Miss Keating, to have lost these two individuals. What is it that you liked about him? Was it his swag? Because that man had swag, okay? Was it his voice, because his instrument was beautiful? Was it his skills as a musician as well, pianist, because he played? Not only did he sing, he was also a vocalist. Not vocalist, I mean, he was also a musician, singing and playing at the same time. Or was it that what you liked about him was his looks one of the things that you admired about him? You find him to be very or highly sexually attractive. Everyone falls in different categories. Or was it everything about this man that you were just like, yes, give it to me, everything, more D'Angelo? You know, he was a talented man. He will be missed. And very soft-spoken, seemed very humble. Again, background of the church. And I just want to say, for those of you who were a fan, my heart goes out to you too. And we'll just focus on the things that they've left behind for us, and take these inspirations from D'Angelo and his music and carry on the torch, because they left a legacy. Same thing with Keaton. What is it that you liked about her? Was it her style too? Because this lady's iconic, stylish. I love it. Like I said earlier, I mentioned her. I gave her props. Was it her personality, her smile, her strength, quiet strength? What is it that you liked? Her humility, her sense of humor, that laughter of hers. Or were you just neutral? You're like, I don't know. Maybe she didn't do anything for you. But I'd like to know. I'd like to connect with you guys. And we're in the holidays. It's coming. It's right around, guys. It's just with people dying left and right. When we're approaching the end of the year, it tends to happen. It's a cycle of life. It's part of life being impermanent, like things not lasting forever. It's a time of us being able to just, especially we're in fall, just to take things slow and reflect and count our blessings. Appreciate the people that we still have with us. We don't want to be here. Like when they're gone, that's when we're like, oh my gosh, this is what I loved about so and so. Give them their flowers now. Like, love on them now. Hug their necks now. Kiss their cheeks now. Give them the compliments now, because now is what we have. The present is what we have, and the present is all that matters. Okay? Thanks for sticking around this far. If you've stuck around, that means you like me. Ooh, it's getting serious. Thank you again for sticking with me this long. If you have not, please like and subscribe. Welcome to Creative Nomad. Until next time, I'll catch you all in another one. Bye for now.